NABJ member RC Maxwell joins us now. RC, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me on.
Now, you're a member of that organization. Tell us what you thought walking away from the visit with Trump.
Well, look, I'm a member of the organization. I joined alongside a lot of other journalist organizations as a part of the work I was doing alongside James O'Keefe. This particular organization let me join. They did force me to do a little bit of hobnobbling to prove that I was a real journalist after submitting my O'Keefe credentials. So I happen to know this organization is certainly a little biased. Now, what President Trump went in there is he essentially did what he always does. He was very real. He was very honest. He was very authentic. And I think the black community ultimately is going to respect that. Look, the narrative that black voters are somehow turned off by this performance is just coming from mouthpieces of the Democrat Party. A lot of black voters don't identify with these elite journalists to begin with, so they will much respect President Trump for even walking into the lion's den. All this stuff is bad for Kamala Harris. The fact that she only showed up virtually, the fact that she only showed up virtually after President Trump accepted an in-person appearance. Black voters aren't stupid. They hear all of this information, and this is going to essentially do nothing to sway the minds of black Americans who want to own homes, who want affordable transportation, who want communities to be safe. So Kamala Harris has essentially dug herself another grave. I think President Trump did a pretty solid job. The one thing I would have added, I would have loved for President Trump to remind everyone that it was Joe Biden who said he selected Kamala Harris because she was a black woman, not President Trump. He's just using the words of her own ticket mate there. So I think President Trump did a great job. And I think moving forward, we're going to see Democrats work very hard to secure what is supposed to be a base for them, which is black voters.
What did you make of the line of questioning that was actually hurled from both sides on that stage?
Well, look, the emails I've been getting from the organization in the aftermath of it becoming public that President Trump was going to speak have essentially been CYA. They've been trying to backtrack, and they've been trying to make it seem like they weren't rolling out the red carpet for President Trump. So you saw them behave in a way that they'll never behave against any other dignitary. Certainly, President Trump wasn't expecting softballs, but from the onset, it was aggressive and hostile. And I think that was because they ultimately caved to external pressure that said, you know, you have to understand the way media works is they're all owned by a lot of these conglomerates, multinational entities. So this independent journalistic association has to bend to the will of all of these political maniacs, essentially. And that's why organizations like One American News is so important, because you're actually independent media working outside of the traditional processes of power when it comes to reporting things. So what you saw from those black journalists was them forced to do the will of the Democratic machine. And unfortunately, they didn't do a good job. That's why they pulled President Trump off stage 35 minutes early, because he was doing a magnificent job, and it was becoming a highlight reel for the RNC.
35 minutes early? How did that actually go down? Whose decision was that?
Again, President Trump was supposed to go for an hour. He was pulled off stage early. There was no explanation as to why that happened. They were claiming something about run of show, but we all know that the rest of the speakers, the rest of the agenda can easily be contorted around what was a global event. The President Trump showcasing himself at this black journalist convention. So he was pulled off stage early, and I guarantee, because the direction that it was going, you can only play a charade for so long. Chanel, you know this. You've been in those White House press briefing rooms where they try to go tit for tat with President Trump, and Trump would just keep going because he knows eventually they're going to expose themselves as partisan, and while he's sticking to the facts. So that's why they pulled him off early. So kudos for President Trump's comms team for giving him essentially the confidence to let him go out there and do his thing.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.